all my friends. This is Billy Wiggly coming at you live from the 9th Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. How you doing today, my friend? Are you staying positive? Because you know that's the only way to be. Hey, and you got to check this out right here. Today, I'm going to show you how I'm working in Microsoft Copilot 365 chat. And we're going from this prompt right here, and we end up with this presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and this live stream, all done using Copilot Chat 365 and some languages code prompting. You got to check it out. Here we go. Alrighty, my friends, here we have it. We've got Microsoft Copilot 365. Remember, I'm getting ready next week to do the languages code workshop where I'm teaching you some basic prompting, teaching you how to do what I'm doing right here today in Microsoft Copilot 365 chat. Microsoft Copilot 365 chat and Microsoft Copilot 365 are a couple different, just to have different features. Copilot 365 is built into the applications. Some of you might have that. And some of you might just have Microsoft Copilot 365 chat. We'll just call it Copilot 365 chat. And that means that you don't have it inside of the applications, but you can do a lot of different things with it. So we're going from this prompt. Can you analyze some documents, summarize them, and make a downloadable PowerPoint presentation for me based on your findings? So you've got a lot of different ways of prompting, and in the languages code workshop, I'm going to get into the basics of prompting, and you'll understand why I can just start out with this. And part of languages code, just as we all speak differently, different ways of communicating. You might say something one way, it's different from the way I say it, but we still end up at the same place. Just because you said it differently doesn't mean that it's wrong, it's just different. Now, what I'm starting with here is just a simple prompt, getting things going. And we end up at a PowerPoint presentation right here, which we're going to fine tune. So I went ahead and told Copilot 365, analyze some documents, summarize them, and make a downloadable PowerPoint presentation for me, .pptx. And then Copilot said, yeah, I definitely can help you with that. So I uploaded the documents. You know, when you go down to your message box down here, you can just click on add content. And when you click on add content, you can just select the files that you want to add. Now, if you're going to be uploading files to be analyzed by Copilot 365 chat, you want to make sure that you're using the enterprise version in your office that has that green shield enabled. And what that green shield means, it means that enterprise data protection is on, and your IT department has said that, yeah, we got this secured. You can upload your data up there. And you might want to click on this and learn a little bit more about enterprise data protection. So if you don't see that turned on, you may be just using Copilot 365 chat for the web that everybody can use. It's just comes right there in the browser, and I wouldn't upload anything to it that I'm concerned about, that I want to keep secure. So I uploaded the documents because I know that it's safe, and Copilot confirmed with me that those are the documents, a PDF and 2 Word documents right here. And these are documents that I'm using in my languages code workshop that's coming up on next Tuesday. It extracted the information, and then it told us, hey, look right here. This is what, here's a summary of what is in those documents. And unfortunately, there was an issue with creating the PowerPoint presentation due to a decoding error. And sometimes this happens. Sometimes it just gets jammed up. So we're going to just try again. We're going to take a different angle. Maybe we were asking it to do too much at once. I mean, as you get more experience and as you attend workshops like the Languages Code workshop on next Tuesday, the 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll give you the link later. You can just visit my website. You'll start to learn that, there's sometimes you just got to massage the AI, and different models work differently. So the AI told us itself, you want me to try a different approach? Yeah. How about this? How about you summarize? Let's go right up here. How about you summarize all of the contents into paragraph and bullet point format? So I figure, I know it can do that. It just did it. Now I'm going to be a little bit more specific, summarize the contents into a paragraph and then into bullet point format. So we do that. And now after that, I'm going to ask it to go into put it into a PowerPoint presentation. So here we see it, the summary and the bullet point summary, the summary in the paragraph format, and then the bullet point summary right here. And then maybe you want to change the order and the like, so you would tell Copilot to change the order. Whatever, you're iterating, going back and forth, working step by step. Now, that's one way of prompting, step by step, iterating. Now, would you like me to create a presentation? Copilot on its own, because you remembered that I was asking earlier for a PowerPoint presentation. It remembered, hey, would you like me to create a presentation based on the summary? And I'm going to say, yes, definitely, because it's what we wanted to do originally in the beginning. Now, it was pretty quick. It happened, just took a few seconds. And then there's the PowerPoint presentation right there. So I clicked and downloaded it. And then that's when we ended up with this right here. Now, it's not perfectly beautifully formatted, like the way you might want to format it. I wouldn't really do that presentation. Imagine that. Put you to sleep right away because you're going to go blind. You can't even read that. It just looks like a bunch of text and stuff. Now, but we worked with the documents right away. We extracted the key information. We're okay with the info that's in there. And so now we have it in PowerPoint. Now we can use the PowerPoint right here. It's got AI features built in. So we have the PowerPoint that we downloaded. And then right from here, we open it and then we can start using the features. Look right here. There's a feature in PowerPoint called Designer. Have you ever clicked on that button? Designer. And when we click on Designer, it lets us know that, hey, look, there's these different designs you can apply to this slide. And then let's go with this one right here. And then we're going to say, yeah, okay, I like it. Or we can just check more designs and the like. So now that I've got this design, now look, this is Smart Art. I click on it and look what we got right here. Contextual tool tabs. Just like in Excel, because it's all part of Microsoft 365. So it's good to have all these skills. And so now we've gone from just a simple prompt right here, uploaded some documents, it extracted the key points, we said fine, and then we've got our presentation. And then we can start working with Microsoft PowerPoint and use the built-in AI features in there. Now you could do a lot more. It's just all up to how you choose to talk to the AI or your prompting abilities and the like. So what I've done is I said, hey, look, you know what? Let's show people how to do this. Let's show people what you can do with Copilot 365. So the next step was, hey, why don't we just turn this into a post for LinkedIn, right? Of this whole process that we went through. And the text right here is a little bit jumbled because I wasn't actually typing, I was just talking. And I'm not even really stressing on the fact that I'm not really being really organized as I'm speaking to Copilot, because I know that it's going to figure it out. And then it said, hey, sure, here's a LinkedIn post highlighting the capabilities of Microsoft 365 Copilot. So there's the whole process that we just went through. And it's thinking, okay, this is going to be a post for LinkedIn. Look, it even gave the names of the documents that were uploaded and gave me some hashtags right there. So it's thinking like a post for LinkedIn, just like I asked. And what I actually did is I copied this post and I went straight to, let's see here, I went to ChatGPT. So I can open up ChatGPT right over here. And I worked with an agent. And the agent that I worked with in ChatGPT is a custom GPT. I started out with LinkedIn Linda, which is a persona. It's a prompt. Those agents that you keep hearing about, they're prompts. And they got access to tools and the like. So LinkedIn Linda's a specialist on LinkedIn. And here's the cool thing. I just went right ahead and I pasted in the post that Copilot made for me, because I could have used Copilot, right? I could have kept going to Copilot. I could have said, hey, look, I've got an agent in Copilot, Mary Marketing, and I've got Nova. I can create an agent because they're based on the prompts. Language is code, my friends. Next Tuesday, the 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Visit my website, find out more about it. However, I don't have these agents fine-tuned. I'm just playing around, getting used to Copilot 365 because I'm giving a workshop presentation to one of my clients on specifically Copilot 365 chat. Now, let's go back to, so that's why I jumped into using LinkedIn Linda. Now, I could have LinkedIn Linda as an agent in Copilot 365 and call her up the same way as I do here. So I pasted in the post, and LinkedIn Linda went through and reworked it. And then I said, hey, let's take out, I want you to take this other angle. I want you to show how we worked. It was Copilot. It was the human. It was you, LinkedIn Linda, the persona prompt, the agent. And we all worked together to come out with this outcome. And then I said, all right, now I want you to take out a bunch of emojis and make it more professional. I like emojis. Emojis is cool, but not everybody likes emojis. And so there it is. It's all more cleaned up and iterated to make sure I got everything just right. And then I called up another one of my agents. And you can do this in Copilot 365 because Copilot, ChatGPT is OpenAI. Well, Microsoft owns part of OpenAI or has invested a lot of money into OpenAI. And Copilot runs off of, I think it's ChatGPT or OpenAI's model 4.0, I think, 4.0. So it's running off a really nice model, but it's tuned a little bit different. Now, here we go. I said, hey, Hooky Hook Jenny, help me out. Hooky Hook Jenny, she's an expert in writing hooks for YouTube videos and the like. So I said I made a video about this whole process that we just went through right here, where the post is written by LinkedIn Linda that started out with a simple prompt all the way in 365. Now, remember, I could do all this inside of Copilot 365, but I don't have it set up exactly right yet. Now, here's my package for YouTube videos because I called up Hooky Hook Jenny. Now, how did I call up Hooky Hook Jenny? Check this out. Look right here. When I put in an ad sign, an ad sign. Now, it's ChatGPT saying, hey, you call up one of your recently used GPTs. There's LinkedIn Linda. Ethan Vortex has been doing me wonders. I think that's my best persona prompt so far. He's outstanding. And then there's Mary Marketing. So Hooky Hook Jenny, she's got knowledge base that specializes in making things go viral. Now, she gave me the YouTube title options right here because I called her up, right? All in the same conversation, all within LinkedIn Linda. I'm calling up other agents. And then she gave me the YouTube description. She gave me some keywords right there, hashtags, and even a thumbnail. So we had to go through and regenerate the thumbnail. And that's the thumbnail that we ended up right there. So isn't that cool, my friends? That's right. That right there all starts out with a simple prompt right over here. And, without me, the human, this whole process would have never happened. So you're still very valuable, my friend. We just need to learn how to talk to the AI. Let's get rid of that fear that you have right now, all those doubts. Come join me next Tuesday at the Languages Code workshop, this workshop right here. So just visit my website. The link's going to be right around here somewhere. And when you're done with this workshop, you're going to be feeling so good. That's the choir of victory that everybody should have that button every time you do something good. By the way, if you got any questions, you can just go right over here and talk to Mr. Aloha AI. He'll answer all kinds of questions on the workshop for you. So my friends, I will look forward to seeing you all at the Languages Code workshop. That's just the beginning. There, you'll get access to a community where we can all communicate, exchange ideas, and keep the learning going. So there you got it, my friends. Like I always say, I love you. I want you to keep on learning. And most of all, don't get mad. Get skills. Aloha.